Okay guys, I was in the process of recording a video, just read the results and why Tassie's such a good place to invest, and I got really interrupted by a knock at the door, and I accidentally hit stop instead of pause, so what I'm going to do is just going to play what I'd previously recorded and just finish it off at the end, so just bear with me. It's probably a little bit fragmented. G'day guys, as most of you know, I was formerly sort of predominantly harness punting all the way, and a while ago made the switch to incorporate gallops betting, mainly because of minimum bet laws, and just to explain it, like with harness results, like as most of you know, over the years I've sort of think the lowest percentage on profit on turnover is about 16%, but with minimum bet laws it's just too hard to make a living on that type of thing. So if you just think of it, like if you want to win $40,000 a year with say 50 or 60 meetings a year, you've got to sort of bet sort of 8 to 10,000 a meeting just on the POT results, and best of luck doing that when you're restricted nearly everywhere. So I've obviously always dabbled a little bit in the gallops, but first time to admit I'm miles behind a few others, so I was starting from a fair way behind. So the main reason I actually did the previews, and I just thought, as I mentioned, sort of why should you bet in Tasmania? Like I've always said that if you do your form in Tasmania, any code, because you've got the apples v apples scenario reform, if you don't average 10-12% profit on turnover, then you're more or less a downright idiot. So anyway, I just thought we might run through just to proof of the pudding's in the eating type of thing. So I'll run through the video previews and we'll just recap the results, say for a couple of months, and not the most riveting viewing, but it sort of substantiates what we're doing and sort of shows some of the results and that type of thing. And it's probably a mini advertorial for betting on Tassie racing, but obviously picked a good time to start. Obviously these type of things, you can always pick an arbitrary 2 or 3 weeks when you're going well, but I'll go back through a couple of months just to get obviously a bit of a representative sample. So anyway, here was the preview for Devonport Cup Day, and we'll work backwards for a couple of months. And so just to recap, the best bets will actually I'll go on the betting card. So race 1, something on Sphero, with the 7 runners backing each way, first and second only. The place dividend always holds up. Cathonius, so race 1 number 1, race 3 number 3, and race 5 number 11 top draw. I think they all map to get very good runs. You're getting very backable odds, all of them. So we'll make those the 3 on the card that I'm keenest on, and I'll just make sure, that's it. So race 1, race 3 and race 5. And just for a bit of value, I think in the Cup, Brilliant Jet will give a good account of himself at, should be getting, he's $9.50 at the moment, but yeah, right, so as I say, obviously it was a good day there. So when I'm incorporating the results, I won't include Brilliant Jet, obviously, even though I tipped him as he wasn't one of the best bets, so we'll work on that basis. What I actually say is a best bet. So it's only the race 1, race 3 and race 5, so it'd be nice to throw a $10 winner in to pad the results a bit, but you've got to do it honestly. So we'll just work back. I'll go and get the previous video. Alright, so I've got the Devonport Boxing Day meeting in front of me now. I didn't actually do a preview for the Longford or Hobart over the New Year. I had my life on, would have actually been on Fragment in Hobart, so but obviously for the course of this I can only do what I put on the video, as that's all anybody actually sees. So this was Devonport Boxing Day, and he picked the one, which was Treaconey in the first. So forced to pick one on the day, that's backable odds. We'll pick Treaconey, and a totally wicket gets out to like $6. Yep, so that's the Boxing Day card. Right, so we're back to the Launceston meeting on Wednesday the 20th of December. We picked 4 out here. It was actually a total strip out for me this meeting. I started off in a blaze of glory with Little Pumbaa in the first, and I don't think I got another collect for the night, but anyway, we'll just play it just for verification purposes. If we just want to look at a bit of value, we'll go race 1, number 4, Little Pumbaa. Race 7, number 4, Denzeo. Race 6, number 4, Killon Falls. All number 4s, weren't they? Race 1, number 4, 6, number 4, and 7, number 4. I think they'll all give you a good run for your money at sort of like, I think early prices, I think they're all about $6 plus. And best bet, we'll pick one out. Also number 4, race 5, number 4, Patina Arena. She'll stamp herself as the best. Alright, so now we're at Hobart on December the 15th, and this was actually a very good day with, threw a couple out and they both saluted. But at the odds, well worth a few coins. Zippin' in the third, but just repeating the other two. Race 2, number 4, Bosporus, and race 6, number 5 in GGDD. So, yeah, so both, obviously Bosporus and GGDD did the job, and also threw out a $61 pop there in second, so that obviously wasn't one of the better bets, so we can't count that one. Okay guys, I'm back live. It's obviously picking up from where the previous one finished, and I've just been thinking that I had to sort of sit through and watch that. It's not the most riveting viewing of all time, so I might just pick out a couple of the ones that finished on the right side of the ledger. Like I think I've probably only virtually declared one since I've been doing it, like flat out declared it, which was Penstock. So we'll just play that, and we got one at double figures, so I might even play that. I think it was the Greatness lately. So tough card. So as I mentioned though, super keen race 2, number 6, Penstock. I think he's a good old-fashioned moral, or insert any definition of moral, good thing, except. Yep, so that was happy days. So lucky enough to get the chocolates there with him, and obviously if anybody can just go to the video channel to verify all of this. So I think the Greatness was on this day here. Okay guys, so happy to take like $7 Mariah's Magic. Actually, all the hopefully it means it plays a lot fairer all round. So, but as we mentioned before, the first race will probably give us a pretty good indicator, as it does look a dead set 2-horse race, and you're going to have one of the favourites on speed and the other one getting back. So may pay to watch that race with interest going forward. So anyway guys, we'll wrap it up there. So as I said, not too keen on any, but and I'll just actually go and find the tips for the night. It won't be a second. Right, so I think I've managed to cue it up correctly. So the two I'm happy to back at the moment are race 3, the Greatness, at about $11, and $7 Mariah's Magic in the 5th. So you know, so that's obviously goes through a couple of months there, so gives a pretty good sample. And as I said, like, I didn't start from I was coming from a long way behind, and as I mentioned, I only really did these videos just to make sure that I did the form properly, didn't come across as a total moron. So it was a bit of a made me actually do it and stick to it. And must say I'm very happy with my results, and Sion's a throwaway line, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. So there's not many better betting opportunities than in Tasmania. You know, like I said, if you do your form, put the time in, and just set sort of little rules like in betting limits and things like that, you'll definitely come out on top. And as I mentioned, you'll definitely average more than 10% profit on turnover, as long as you've got half an idea how to read a race. So, and you know, and it's nothing to be sneezed at that. So you see a lot of places, you know, betting sites advertise with far less results. So keep that in mind. Obviously, it's only once a week, but little fish are sweet, so still pays the same denomination. Tassie hasn't been ostracised from the big island as of yet. So that's about it. Actually, the other thing I might do is I've got them all the results for that couple of months in a little spreadsheet, so I'll just grab that. Right, so here we are here. So here's all the results and the starting prices of the winners. So what have we got? We started in line 2, and so we've gone back a couple of months, finished on line 26. So that's 25 selections in total. And the return, if we just sum these up using Google Sheets here, so 51.30, so 25, just say they were 25 $1 bets, returned 51.30, which is close enough to 100% profit on turnover. Obviously I'm realistic to understand that that's not going to be feasible going forwards, but so, and then obviously even if we take out, say, that Devonport meeting where we got back 13 units for 3 outlay, we're still returning 39 units for 22 outlay. You know, so it's still a very good profit on turnover. You know, so all I can say is it's a hidden gem betting on Tassie. I came from a long way behind with the residual knowledge on the gallops front. By doing this video format, it's made me stick to it, be consistent, and as I think I mentioned in the original video, the proof of the pudding's definitely in the eating, and I'm definitely eating a lot better than what I was before when I was doing it. So anyway, I might wrap it up there, but as I mentioned, why should you bet on Tassie? Just look at the results, and it's, you know, apples v apples in the apple aisle. It's not a bad catchphrase, that actually. Anyway, so we'll leave it there, guys, and I'll chat to you with a preview for Lonnie on Wednesday. Thanks again.